Good morning students. Hope you all are doing good. Now let us see what all the topics we had discussed in our last class. In the last class we had already discussed about the conducting tissues, or they are also commonly called as the vascular tissues. Now there are two types of the conducting tissues or the vascular tissues. The first one, which usually helps in the transportation of water and minerals, and the transportation of water and minerals usually takes place from the roots and then it is transported by the xylem tissue. And the second tissue which helps in the transportation of the food materials, which is prepared by the leaf of the plant body, and it has to be circulated throughout the plant body by the conducting tissue called as the phloem. And today in this class we shall study about our new topic. Before going to our new topic, let me ask you a question. What happens when we drink excess of water? Yes, when we drink the excess amount of water, we usually eliminate this amount of water which is excess to our body by the process called as urination. Then what happens to the plant body when we pour excess amount of water, or in the rainy season when huge amount of water gets accumulated in the surface of the root area? So it has to be eliminated outside. Then how does the plant usually eliminate this water, and what is the process of eliminating the excess amount of water called as? This we shall study in our today's topic. And our today's topic, it is nothing but transpiration. Then what is this transpiration and how does it take place? Now let us see what is meant by transpiration. Transpiration, it is the process of removal of excess of water molecules in the form of water vapors from the plant surface. It is called as transpiration. Means the excess amount of water which is present in the plant has to be removed outside in the form of water vapors, and we usually call this process as transpiration. So now you came to know about the term called as the transpiration, and now we shall see what are the different types by which the transpiration takes place. So there are three types of the transpiration. So the first one, it is the stomatal transpiration, and the second, it is the lenticular transpiration, and the third one, it is the cuticular transpiration. So majority of the amount of the transpiration, that is 80 to 90% of the transpiration takes place by the stomatal transpiration. Then we shall study the stomatal transpiration mechanism in this session. So stomatal transpiration is the process through which the water is lost through the stomata. Then where are the stomata found? Now let us take the example of a plant body by considering the leaf, and let us see the location of the stomata in the plant. So this is a plant body containing the leaf, and you can see that there are tiny pores on the surface of the leaf, and many of the pores which are present on the leaf below surface of the leaf, they are commonly called as the stomata. And you can see here, these are the stomata, and these are the small openings which are present on the surface of the leaf. So now you came to know where are the stomata found. Means they are usually found on the surface of the leaf, that is lower surface of the leaf. Now let us see what is the structure of stomata. So here, this is the structure of stomata. So here you can see that the opening of the stomata, it is commonly called as the stoma, and it is guarded by two kidney shaped cells called as the guard cells. So here you can see that. So these are the guard cells. There are two guard cells. So now let us again look at the structure of the stomata. So here there is a small opening of the stomata which is commonly called as the stoma, and after this you will be able to see two kidney shaped cells called as the guard cells surrounding the stoma, that is the opening, and they are commonly called as the guard cells, and the inner wall of the guard cells is always facing towards the stoma. So this is the structure of the stomata. Now the stomata will be usually open during the daytime, means the transpiration process usually takes place during the daytime. The majority of the water which has been absorbed has to be eliminated from the plant body through the stomata. So during the daytime the stomata will be open. So here you can see that during the daytime the stoma is open, but when you compare to the closed stoma, there is no opening in the stoma, it is joined together. So in the daytime the stoma gets opened and the transpiration process takes place in the daytime, and in the night time the stoma gets closed and the transpiration gets completely stopped in the night time. So this is the process how the transpiration takes place with the help of the stomata. Now let us see what is the importance of transpiration process in the plants. The first one, it helps to carry the water in tall plants by the suction pull. Now let me give an example for the suction pull. So the suction pull, it is opposite to the gravitational pull. So I will give you an example to understand this. So when you throw a small stone, then what happens? It usually falls down. But in the plant body, what happens then? The water and minerals which are present in the surface of the soil, they have to be absorbed by the plant body. So this process, it is called as a suction pull. So the suction pull, it is opposite to the process called as a gravitational pull. So the suction pull helps to transport the water and minerals to the tall plants by the process called as transpiration. Then it also helps to reduce the temperature of the plant body. So now let me give you an example. In summer seasons, we usually sweat more and more. Why do we sweat then? In order to reduce the temperature of our body, so the sweating process takes place. But in plants, the plants cannot sweat, but in place of sweating, they usually perform the process called as transpiration. So transpiration helps to reduce the temperature of the plant body. So now I will play an animated video, and by this you will be able to summarize what we had learned till today then. So with regarding to the transpiration process, already you know that transpiration, it is the removal of excess amount of water with the help of the stomata. And now let us see how does this transpiration takes place, and also with the help of the transportation also. So now let us see all this process then. So here you can see what is meant by the transpiration and how does this transpiration takes place. So before the transpiration process has to take place, the process of transportation has to start. So the plants usually absorb the water and minerals from the soil, which are helping to transport throughout the plant body with the help of the roots and the root hairs. And then from the xylem, it passes to the whole plant body. The xylem, they act as a pipeline to carry the water and minerals throughout the plant body, and they are thick in structure. And the leaf surfaces, they usually contain the stomata. So here you can see the stomata. So the stomata are open during the daytime and they usually close during the night time. So stomata are the small openings and they are surrounded by the guard cells. The guard cells help in the opening and as well as the closing of the stomata. So usually the transpiration process takes place during the daytime. And apart from the stomatal transpiration, we also have the lenticular transpiration, which usually takes place through the stem. The stem contains the lenticels and it is called lenticular transpiration. And after the lenticular transpiration, we also have the cuticular transpiration, means the leaf surface have a thick wax layer called as the cuticle, and they also help in the process called as the transpiration. And this process of transpiration, it is commonly called as cuticular transpiration. So there are usually 3 types of the transpiration that takes place in the plants. So The first one, it is commonly called as the stomatal transpiration. The stomatal transpiration takes place around 80 to 90% in the plant body. The second one, it is through the lenticels, commonly called as lenticular. And third one, it is the cuticular transpiration. So now let us summarize the concept and conclude what we had studied till now then. So in this session you have learnt about the transpiration, that is the removal of excess of water from the aerial surface of the plant body in the form of water vapor is called as transpiration. And the types of transpiration, so you had studied about the three types, but the first one, it is the stomatal transpiration and lenticular and cuticular. But in the stomatal transpiration only it is related to your curriculum, and with regarding to the lenticular and cuticular transpiration you will be studying in your higher classes. And the next one, it is the importance of transpiration in plants, that is it helps to transport the water and minerals to the tall plants easily, and it also helps to reduce the temperature of the plant body. So all these we have studied till today then. So that's it for today's session, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.